contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. When can you listen to the Sister Speak Show? At 7 p.m. Central. Tune in on the go or at your residence show. Spreaker, YouTube, Alexa, or SoundCloud. Interviewing special guests that have been blessed and will bless us. Through spoken word and awareness, knowledge is wealth. If you gain it, share this. In the streets, in the burbs, anywhere that can be heard. It's about that time to elevate your mind. Feel the beat, Sister Speak. Come and eat a spiritual treat. It's about that time to stimulate your mind. Feel the beat, Sister Speak. Come and eat a spiritual treat.
Welcome, my brothers and my sisters, to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. I am your host, Ayana. Not only am I the host, I'm the host, creator, and producer of the Sister Speak Show. Kingdom Child Recordings is executive producer of the Sister Speak Show. My brothers and my sisters, oh yes, you are in for a treat this evening, my brothers and sisters. I am so excited because I do have a special guest. The Sister Speak Show. I love this show, and I thank you all for listening live. And I also want to thank everybody who will be listening to this show on demand. So check this out before we go ahead and I introduce who my special guest is going to be this evening. Let me share a couple things with you about the Sister Speak Show. First off, we are a 6-segment podcast. Not only that, we are syndicated, my brothers and sisters, on Amazon Alexa. We have the platform, coming to the stage, the culture climate, the tour, and the laugh line, and the search effort, my brothers and sisters. Not only that, we have special guest interviews, live performances, in-studio interviews, and live on-location reports. The special guests who will be on the Speak Show are dynamic, and they are impacting the communities with their passions. The Sister Speak Show is a talk show that will keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged. Oh, yes. We are a cultural renaissance platform, my brothers and sisters, that influence a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening, nourishment. We don't go dumb. We go wisdom on the Sister Speak Show, my brothers and sisters. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to talk to you all this evening. I'm so excited about my special guest. But I said, you know what? I could have definitely explained to you why I'm so excited. So tune into this.
The tour, where you can catch every aspect of the music industry on the Sister Speak, all the way from Houston, Texas. My special guest will be Charles Thomas. Charles is a saxophonist for the City and Soul Creatures. I love the sultry sounds that the saxophone makes, and I can't wait to vibe out with this brother tonight. And don't you miss it on the Sister Speak Show, recorded live and on demand in Dallas, Texas, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve.
My brothers and my sisters, okay, so we're not playing about that. That's right, Charles Thomas, repping the city as well as Soul Creatures, will be on the Sister Speak Show tonight, live from Houston. Oh, I'm so excited. Brothers and sisters, I just want to play a snippet for you. See, I love the saxophone. It's so sensual and so sultry, and it just can evoke so many emotions musically. Right? And emotionally. So let me just play a little clip of Brother Charles playing the saxophone with the city. Shout out the city. How y'all doing? I know y'all listening. And shout out to Houston. Listen to this, my brothers and sisters. I mean, just listen. Yes. Ooh. sisters. Let's give it up for that clip. It ain't nothing like a live band, right? I mean, and these brothers are so dope. So I'm so excited to interview hopefully every single one of them. I'm just so excited. So that's why he will be on the tour this evening. And don't forget that the tour covers every aspect of the music industry. We don't skip a beat when it comes to the tour. But not only that, my brothers and sisters, I also want to share this with you.
This week on the Sister Speak Show, we've got you covered. Start 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday with Coming to the Stage. Wednesday, The Search Effort. Thursday on the tour, my special guest, Charles Thomas, saxophonist for the City and Soul Creatures. Friday, get ready to laugh with the Laugh Line. Saturday, recording artist Dallas Stand Up Clue will be my special guest on the tour. And then Sunday on the platform, my special guest, author, creative writer, and speaker, Damon Alvarez on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action.
Brothers and sisters, you are still listening live to the Sister Speak Show. We have one more commercial and then we'll be back talking with you. Thank you for listening.
Listening to the Sister Speak Show is even easier now with the new abilities available from Spreaker Skill on Amazon Alexa. With Spreaker on Alexa, you can now listen to the Sister Speak Show from even more places from all around the world. You also have navigation control, fast forward and rewind podcast to make sure you never miss a second of your favorite show. And then you can ask for show recommendations like the Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve.
Brothers and sisters, you back. So am I. Excuse me. And you are listening live to the Sister Speak Show. We are on the tour this evening, and my special guest will be Charles Thomas of the City and Soul Creatures. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. He is a saxophonist extraordinaire. I put the extraordinaire on top of that. So excited about that vibe, my brothers and sisters. Check it out. Tonight, you know, he's repping Houston. I'm recording live in Dallas, Texas. But I just said, you know what? Tonight is R&B night. Tonight is sensual night. Not in that way, but in a very, very good way. You know, this is the type of weather where, you know, you like to cuddle. And this is also the type of, you know, I like this type of music, especially R&B. It just really just, you know, there's nothing like some good old classic R&B, right? So I just said, before my special guest calls in, I'm just going to look. You don't know what song I'm going to play, but I have one for you all this evening. I think you guys have heard of this group before. I don't know. Maybe you guys have. We'll see. We'll see if you've heard of this particular group. They were around in the 90s and, you know, I guess they were kind of popular. Oh, of course you know who this is. New Edition. You're Not My Kind of Girl. Gosh. Well, who is? Ronnie DeVoe, Ricky Bell, Johnny Gill, Mike Bivens, Ralph Tresvant, and we can't forget about Bobby Brown, even though, you know, we can't. This type of music is a classic. And that's what it's about on the tour. Can you write a song that can last for a very long time? That everybody just knows the words to. See, music like this is the type of music we got to get back to. Simple, yet creative. Because this happens to be one of my songs, and I'm just like, I know all the words to it. I think I do. What's your favorite New Edition song? Chat live with me on the Sister Speak Show on the tour. What? The chemistry just isn't there. Ooh, rejection in a song. They wrote a whole song about it. And there's nothing wrong with it. You just not they tight. You a little confused, right? I mean, this is a classic. So when it comes to R&B groups, my brothers and my sisters, when it comes to R&B groups, you know what? I know this as a fact. the harmony, the movement, and don't let them be able to play instruments. My gosh, they become a household name, so to speak. And you grow up with them. A lot of people grew up with New Edition. My time, I grew up with New Edition, but I also grew up with The Boys and Troop and High Five and Soul for Real and different type of groups like that. And, you see them in Guy and stuff like that. You see them come and you learn their history later on. And what I mean by that is, you have now so many shows that are dedicated towards like the history of R&B groups and the ups and downs and just how they got started. Shows like TV One with Unsung and, Unsung Hollywood. And even though it has to deal with acting, you have these different type of shows where you get to learn the ins and outs of these groups. And so then you even get to know them on a deeper level. And that groups like that, have been through it all, they just have a bond that makes them get on stage and be able to just really perform at a level. It's nothing like being able to know who you're performing with and just have that vibe, right? I mean, when it comes to New Edition and not only New Edition, I just don't want to highlight just them. When it comes to any group, local, national, or international, the chemistry and the history and the fact that there are people who are just, support what you do. I think that makes for a healthy journey in the music industry is my whole point. Having a healthy journey in the music industry, a balanced journey. You're going to have ups and downs and you're going to have to, resolve issues and things of that nature. And with the whole surge of independent music now, you just have an opportunity, I think, to really not have the typical stories of the groups. What do you mean by that? They ran off with the money. The accountant was stealing everything. The label wasn't honest with us. The label then asked us to compromise our morals and our values and this, that, and the third. So we had to part ways. And this entity that you were completely dependent upon for your livelihood now has said, we're going to need a little bit more from you. But when you're independent, it just allows you to just really feed your family. It allows you to keep your morals intact, right? So, when it comes to R&B groups, who is your favorite group? Who could you listen to nonstop? You put together a concert with anybody from any genre any genre or from any time frame. Who would it be? You can mix it up, old school, new school. Who would it be? So there's another group, my brothers and sisters, that I like. And I know you like them too. I think they're supposed to be coming out here to Dallas and to perform. I really do. But do you all remember this song? Wait, well, first of all, I think they're coming to Dallas for sure. But here we go. Guy. Yes, Goodbye Love. Y'all remember this? I think this was one of my cell phone machines. Hold on, brothers and sisters. Calling in live to the Sister Speak Show is my special guest from Houston. Brothers and sisters, give a round of applause for Charles Thomas. Yes, that's how we do. Of course. I'm so excited that you said yes and that you decided to come on to the Sister Speak Show, you being a celebrity and everything.
It's crazy. You don't really feel like, as big of a personality as other people make it out to be. Like, I talked with several people and, old friends from high school and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, you doing big things and you got this and that going on. Y'all over here, y'all over there. But, I mean, for us, the majority of the time, it just feels like, hey, man, just go do this show and, knock it out the park and let's keep moving. It feels like a grind. I guess other people see it as a rise to popularity, but for us, like, it still feels very grind-worthy work.
Well, I definitely see the work, and I respect that. But you also have to, you have to respect, if people see you as doing big things, then brother, you doing big things, and that's just what it is, because you guys have Houston lit all the way up.
Yeah, I mean that is true, and don't get it twisted. We are definitely grateful. And we definitely appreciate the opportunities that have came our way. You know, we give all honor and glory to God,
yes,
first and foremost,
yes,
for, not only just bringing us to this point, but bringing us together.
Yes.
So, that's first and foremost. But on the flip side, I'm still just, same old Charles Thomas from down the road, just playing saxophone.
I understand that, but and I both know that every now and again you look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, you bad brother. I mean, I know you do. You don't even have to say nothing. Yes, you have got to speak it over yourself, and the thing about it is, you got to know it first. And there's nothing wrong with being confident. And there's nothing with being supremely confident. And what I mean by that is because now your confidence comes from the supreme being, the Most High God and his Son, the Christ. Understanding that through him, I am who I am. So there's a supreme confidence, and then there's a every now and again confidence where, you just spin around and look at yourself, maybe blow at yourself. You may even ask for your own phone number. You may ask for your own IG. You know what I'm saying? Just got to be able to know who you are, because that exudes in front of the people, and it also doesn't give the enemy any room in that area to make you start doubting who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because in this journey, his job is to just be the old nasty Beelzebub hater that he is, and to, whisper doubt and, make you get off course, because he's so super jealous of the fact that you are chosen. And he's so super jealous of the fact that we have an opportunity to enter into heaven and he doesn't. And so he's going to always try to knock us off course with doubt and accusations and, different situations like that. So
he's always scheming and coming up with devices and,
right.
all kinds of, obstacles and, anything to kind of distract. And,
yeah.
Of course, you're definitely right about that. And one thing I can say, man, it's a very strong aspect of, this group of musicians that, we all come from, strong Christian church.
Yes.
The whole band is made up of church musicians.
Mm-hmm.
So we all come from, pastors and churches that have, equipped us very well to, not only know who we are, but to know how to effectively move forward in knowing who we are.
Yes. And I love that. I just love that. And you know what? Also, you can see it in the work ethic, and you can see it when you guys perform. There is something extremely special about your group. And it's not because, I do consider you guys to be, Sister Speak family, but I just see it. Like the first time I ever saw a video, I was like, oh my gosh. These boys, these men, are electric. They are full of energy. They perform like how you're supposed to perform. You just bring back the whole vibe of good R&B music. And then, y'all are playing the instruments and all of y'all are on fire. It's just amazing. Hello? Brothers and sisters, sometimes you get in an area and the reception is bad. But I know my special guest is going to call back, my brothers and sisters. So as I was saying, and I know he's going to hit us right back. As I was saying, there is a special vibe that goes on when you are, on stage, right? And I can see it with this group. Like the first time I saw them, I'm like, This is like the 90s. This is like the 80s when groups were real and they performed and they were really singing. And, you know, because today, honey, they can, brothers and sisters, they will That's okay, my brother. I got you cut. I know how this goes. So I kept talking. I understand reception, and we gonna keep moving. So I was just saying that with your group, how your energy, you know, when you get on there, you just bring us back to what R&B music is supposed to be and what it was. You're a contemporary classic, if you accept that compliment, and it's amazing. And then, you know, you see all of the people in the audience just loving what y'all doing, all the support that you guys get. It's just like, it's just different than what I see. And it's a comforting feeling to see you all on stage.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, how can I explain? It kind of feels a little bit of, what's the word I want to say? Not jarring, but a little bit, how easily and how eagerly people are to, you know, support, you know, what we're doing and to, you know, express how, you know, they feel about us and everything like that. It kind of catches you a little bit off guard because, you know, I make music in, you know, other settings and stuff like that, and, you know, not too many places that I've been in, you know, in a musical aspect have I garnered such a response from people as I do when I'm playing with the city. I guess people really love and they really respond to that energy, that brotherhood, and that sense of camaraderie.
Definitely.
That they bring to the stage. I mean, we're a unit, and you can definitely see that.
Definitely.
And we act like that. Like, everything we do is unified from one aspect to the next. Like, from the beginning of the show to the end of the show to the start of the next show. Like, it's one band, one sound. I mean, that's pretty cliche, but that's pretty much how we operate.
Right. And I get it. And you can see it. No, everything I'm saying is the truth because you can see it. And then, you know, and then with every male group, you know, you always have the ladies that are always going to be around. Trust me.
Yeah.
Even if the men say, forget these brothers, the sisters is like, bump what you talk about. We're going to see the city tonight. That's just what it is because, you know you've got it when you hear this scream. Ah! When you hear that scream, that particular one, oh, you've got a fan for life.
I'll relay that to the rest of the guys. We gotta be listening out for that.
Oh, please. You guys hear all kind of stuff. Or maybe you don't because you're so engaged. You probably will catch it like if you're looking at a live video. You know, it's totally different when you're on stage. You know, it's a totally different feeling. So a lot of things some things you can capture and not, but you're so focused. So you may see that, but I heard screams.
There have been a few times where, like, we're doing the show, we're doing like a particular segment or whatever. And, you know, it's a moment. And like, you're done with it, whatever. You didn't catch everything that went on, but I recorded it. And
yes.
We'll go on Instagram or Facebook or something, and we'll see that same little segment, and then like, we'll hear like the commentary in the background of the video or stuff like that. We're like, wow, that's pretty surprising. I didn't know they was doing that or saying that while that was going on. So yeah, those moments do happen.
Yes. And we'll more about that, but I want to get into who Charles Thomas is this evening. You know, with you playing the saxophone and doing, oh my gosh, like I said, that's my favorite instrument. Love the sultry sounds of the saxophone. I will say that over and over again. So how did you get started with playing the saxophone? When did you decide, and when did you know that this was your passion?
Well, actually, it was kind of just understand. I mean, I didn't plan on becoming a musician. It definitely wasn't an aspiration that I had growing up. I don't have, any or very much musical talent talent in my family, at least in my immediate family, at all. Like, I'm the only musician in out of my household and everything. So I started playing sax in 7th grade. I transferred from a magnet school to a school closer to my house, Thomas Middle School. And I just happened to have that on my schedule. And so thankfully, my parents, were very supportive about, me being involved in an extracurricular activity. Because when I told them, I was like, hey, I'm in band and I need an instrument. I pretty much, I don't think I actually need the instrument because I'm pretty sure you can just opt out and do something else. Be one of those students that just does the paperwork in class. But I was just like, I'm going to go ahead and take this for all it's worth. I'm going to go instrument. That's going to be cool. Yeah. Because I was just like, I need an instrument. And they was like, okay, well, what do you want to play? And I thought about it. I was just like, well, I have a feeling that everybody's going to play trumpet. I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to play, flute or clarinet, because at the time I was, 12 or 4, and I'm just like, those are girly instruments. And, it was stuck between, like, trombone and saxophone. I was just like, you know what? Saxophone, that looks cool. That looks very interesting. And, I feel like I'm going to have a good chance of standing out just, in the band playing that. Like, I'm going to be doing something different from everybody else.
Right.
So that's why I picked it. And I don't know if it was divine intervention or if it was, already set in motion, but I kind of, picked up on that instrument kind of easily. Granted, I went through the stages of learning how to play an instrument, but I never really struggled with it.
Wow. That's amazing because, you have to have incredible cheek strength, and so I'm assuming that you can blow a bubble through a now and later by now.
I'm not gonna go ahead and speak on specifics on blowing strength. I'm just gonna say I can play saxophone pretty well. That's as far as I'm gonna say.
I'm just saying you might be able to blow a bubble through some peanut butter. I don't know. I'm just saying, you can put out a forest fire. I'm quite sure. You have.
I'm not out here experimenting. Seeing what I can and can't. Look, I can blow a bubble and some bubble gum.
but in all seriousness, the level of strength that your cheeks have to have, and what all is required to play a saxophone. Tell the listening audience what all, is involved with doing that, because, my cousin, I'm going to my grandmother's house. My grandfather was a Baptist preacher for 60 some odd years in Alabama. And I remember going there one summer. My cousin came with his, I think it was a saxophone. I don't know. No, it wasn't a saxophone. It was a trumpet. Was it a trumpet? Okay, it was something that you had to blow into. And I tried to blow into it, and I sprained my cheeks. I'm serious. You laughing. I'm so serious. I was out. I couldn't eat and nothing. My cheeks was done for. So I know that it requires a physical strength. So in all seriousness, tell the listening audience what all goes into that, because, you definitely have to have stamina, correct?
Oh, yeah. When it comes to wind instruments in general, whether it be a flute, a saxophone, a trombone, a tuba, or something like that, you definitely have to have what we call in classical and proper terminology a strong embouchure. Okay, and that's pretty much just the way your lips are positioned, the way your tongue has to sit in your mouth, all of the things that go into connecting mouthpiece to your mouth.
Wow.
So, with saxophone, one thing that you really have to make sure that your teeth are placed on top of the mouthpiece, your bottom lip folds over the bottom row of your teeth and everything. You really have to have, a bit of moisture on your reed and everything.
Wow.
And, there's a bunch that goes into it, but I'm trying to think of a way to simplify it.
No, that's it. No, you don't have to simplify it. The listening audience is very intelligent. You said it well. That was perfect. So okay, because that was a lot. So then, how do you? My gosh, how do you play through a whole set without getting tired? Are you exercising? Is it diet? Like what all? Because y'all y'all don't just stand in one position.
We do some long sets, and we're doing a lot of calisthenics and stunts stuff.
Yeah.
I'll say a lot of it is conditioning.
Okay.
Because one thing that helped me transition into playing in the city, especially now that we're a very, very, very energetic and, pro energy show, was my experience in high school marching band. Because, SWAC, marching band, HBCU, like black bands down here in the South, when you're in marching band, you're doing everything. It's show band city. Like, you're high-stepping your knees while you play.
Right.
You're doing dance routine.
Right.
You're chanting. You're a show.
Yes.
And so, basically, that was the precursor in the training that kind of, made my transition into the city a little bit more easier than, the typical musician, because I'll let you know, if you don't have that marching band stamina or the marching band experience or any kind of like showmanship with your instrument, going into this kind of situation is going to be very trying.
Okay.
Because you have to be coordinated to play and dance at the same time.
Wow.
And you keep your instrument in tune while you're moving around and stuff like that. It's a lot of things that go into it. But yeah, the marching band really, really helped ease that transition for me. And I'll say, when I was starting off with the city, and when we were doing these long sets, by the time we get to what we like to call the ratchet segment of the show, my lips and cheeks were usually blown. Like, by the time we end, like, party line, and butt and all that stuff, like, my cheeks and lips were pretty much out of there early on. But now, after doing it for so many years, I've, gone a little bit more conditioned, and I'm not really playing as much throughout the entire show as I was before.
Okay.
We kind of changed our orchestration a little bit. We have more members, more instruments. More instruments means everybody plays a little bit less throughout the entire show. Got you.
But that kind of gives you a balance. Okay, and that's what I was going to ask you, because like, what if somebody's like, look, I want to be part of your group? Like, how does that go? Is it something where you kind of like just wait for, discernment, or how do you deal with people who want to be, the 12th member?
Well, I'll let you know. When it comes to membership in this particular group, we kind of take that very seriously, because first and foremost, before music and before instruments are involved in everything, it's a brotherhood. Like, there's a vibe that like none other. Like one thing that I know, Rudy and Daryl are very particular about when people ask that type of question is before you guys pick up any instruments, before you pick up any kind of sheet music or try to learn some songs or whatever, just spend time with each other. And if you guys can, engage each other and not be going at each other's throats and stuff like that, can you guys get along and things like that? And that's, with this particular group of people that we have, a very, very cohesive atmosphere with each other. I mean, yeah, we do have some disagreements, and we do have slight times when, we don't quite see eye to eye on particular topics and stuff like that, but we're all mature enough to know that, at the end of the day, somebody may have a different opinion. Somebody may, think something differently about a certain situation, but we don't let that take away from the big picture because we're all moving towards the same goal, and we understand that, even though this person may not necessarily see something the same way I see it, I know that they aren't trying to move us in a different direction. They just may be feeling that there's a different way to get to that destination. And yeah, and so back to your original question about people joining the group and all that stuff, it's not really in grounds for open call to come and try out and stuff like that. Everything like this band was put together pretty organically.
Yes.
And so we don't try to manufacture anything. If somebody was meant to be in this group, then eventually they'll be a part of it, or they'll be working with us to some capacity or something like that. But as far as us trying to add people on and stuff like that, that's not necessarily our objective.
Right.
Because, you lay hands on no man suddenly. Like that's something we have to learn, several times.
Wow.
With adding additions into the group, stuff like
yes.
that. Like you don't want to necessarily add an ingredient that may necessarily not need to be a part of that.
Ooh, you better say it.
Of that meal.
You better say it. That is well put. That's well put.
What we have right now, it works.
Yes.
Works. And later on down the road, if there needs to be a shift or if there needs to be a transition, we handle it accordingly. We typically tend to, when it comes to when the time comes for us to change musicians or add music or whatever, or we need to move in a different direction, something like that, we typically, go with, friends and people that we already have established at least some kind of bond with, to where we have an idea of how this person's dynamic will affect the climate of the
right.
group and everything like that. But as far as seeking out, new people and stuff like that, that's not where we are with it.
I understand. No, I understand. Look, you got to keep your circle right and tight. That is just, whatever you all are doing, stick to it because it works, and the fact that you guys are, like I said, you guys are more aware than the normal group. And I say that because of the fact that you all have a foundation. And I'm not saying that other R&B groups don't have a foundation, but I'm just specifically speaking about you guys. You have a foundation, so it allows wisdom to have its free way. You know what I'm saying? Because you need wisdom. You need wisdom in anything that you're going to do, especially with your brand and whether no matter what it is, you need wisdom. So I just like what you guys do, and I like the vibe. And another reason why I asked is because sometimes the brothers may see all your ratchet set, as you all call it. I call it the Black Chippendales.
Black Chippendales.
That's what I like to call it. I like to call it Chocolate City meets Houston. Okay.
That can be the interpretation from the Sister Speak perspective.
Yes. That's what I like. This is a moment where you need, just be a mature audience, because these brothers are about to turn up. And so, when you see that, some brothers are like, oh my gosh, the sisters are reacting. Maybe I could get in the group. Now I'm on the floor for the ratchet moment. And all the sisters is wanting me, because y'all might be a good look for some brothers. You might help some brothers out with their lack of swagness. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I definitely understand it. And, we have been, in the past, there have been some attempts from certain people, shooting a shot like, hey, man, you guys need a vocalist, y'all need a rapper, y'all need X, Y, Z, I do that, let's
right.
do a group or whatever.
Right.
And, a lot of times when it's with that energy, it's kind of apparent.
Yeah.
And, that's definitely the wrong...
Definitely.
That's the wrong motivation.
Correct.
To try to join the group, because, getting women is not the that's not the prime objective of what we do.
Good.
I mean, it possibly at some point in time, it may be a byproduct, but that's not what the city is founded on. That's not our goal.
Yes.
With what we're doing, like if your goal is to put on a show and go get girls and stuff
right.
like that, then start your own girl getting group, man. Like, don't try to bring your own ambitions and aspirations, which are could be very counter to what we're trying to do over here. Because if that's what you're going into it with, then you're definitely, every decision and everything that you do is going to be geared towards that end goal.
Yes.
That's not our necessary end goal. Like,
yes.
We're like big picture with this kind of thing. Like, we're trying to, bring this forth and establish something to where we can generate some wealth into our families, like, have these songs cemented and very well established to where, like our kids, our grandchildren and stuff like that, if they want to do something and they want to pursue anything or whatever, there's assets that are available and stuff like that. Like, we want to garner the future and pave it forth for, our families, and also, provide a platform to help other up-and-coming artists and musicians and bands and stuff, kind of to be a beacon for other performers to kind of, possibly model themselves after, or, take tutelage under, or be a mentor to, other people that may want to do what we do. But that's down the road, when we're, when we reach that destination.
True. I get it. And I respect that totally. And so then what about dealing with groupies, whether, female groupies first off, because I know there's male groupies, but what about dealing with that? Somebody is there. Is your ride there?
Yeah, somebody is honking the horn. I guess I don't know what they're doing.
They were serious. You know what? And that's so funny. This is just a side note. I got a honker in my neighborhood. I'm going to find them because they come through the hood every day with a beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, who is this? And do you not have the phone number for who you picking up? You understand what I'm saying too? I'm going to find you, Mr. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep. What is this? Anyway, so, getting back to the topic at hand. So how do you deal with, the women groupies? Like, is that an issue, or are they pretty much respectful? Like, or is this something that we can't talk about because I don't want nobody getting in trouble? You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm definitely going to be, as respectful and as, accommodating as I can about this topic. But,
okay.
We're doing these shows, pretty much like once a week on the weekends and stuff like that. We have people that come to several shows out the month and things of that nature. But a lot of times, that groupie energy, it's not geared towards, what the actual idea of it is. When you think about groupie, you're thinking like, oh yeah, a rock star groupie, like meeting up with who backstage in the dressing room and all that stuff. Like that's not how we operate. I mean,
right.
A lot of times what a city groupie may be considered is, somebody that's, following us really strong on our social media, somebody that comes out to support the shows, somebody that's a repeat party partaker, as we like to brand it, that's, walking around with city apparel and stuff like that. Like, those are the kind of groupies that we have. It's not, it's not on like a physical.
That's
type
good.
Of, I just wanna get in with the
right.
band and
get
this and get that real quick and all that. Like I mean, we're from Houston. Like, Houston ladies have class. Houston
good.
Ladies are, I'm not knocking any Dallas ladies, but I'm just saying, the women here, uphold themselves to, a higher standard.
Yes, I appreciate appreciate you complimenting the women of Houston like that. Women of Houston, you all keep doing what you're doing to receive such a compliment like that. That was a very blessed compliment. So, and I believe the women in Dallas do too. I've been out here since 2011. I'm still, meeting and greeting and learning. And I like to sit back and observe. You understand what I'm saying? So give me about 2 more years and I'll let you know what I think. Sometimes it takes a while for me to feel things out, because I'm trying to learn not to rush to judgment. And
hands on no man suddenly.
Yes, and so I just want to, just take my time out. But so far, the encounters that I have had have been very positive, and I see a lot of women out here, handling their business and doing what they do. It's when I moved out here, what I noticed more so was people more family oriented. I also saw people surviving financially more. And what I mean by that is living in the Bay Area the cost of living was astronomical, and it was just really it sucks you dry. I mean, I'm talking about it's really hard for a lot of people out there because everything is just high. So when I came out here to discover that, I'm seeing my own people living in houses, I'm seeing them homeowners, I'm seeing them owning their own businesses. It's just a different vibe. And that's not to say that it does not go on out there in California, but I just ran out here into a different vibe. So the people that I've met so far, they really are handling their business and doing, and they seem to be cool people. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm just still trying to observe, and I know people are still trying to figure me out because I know I'm a different type of woman, and I know I'm rather complex yet very down to earth. So that's just a side note. So anyway, getting back to what we were originally talking about, we're just talking, brothers and sisters, with my brother, Charles Thomas, Sir Charles Thomas. Actually.
We're taking it back to the
yes.
The Middle Ages.
Yes,
like
no. Oh yeah. No, this Sir Charles Thomas with the Grey Poupon, okay? He doesn't use French's, okay? You can get your French's mustard out of here. This is Grey Poupon over here, okay? You just need to understand.
You have to have, the rest of the band calling me Grey Poupon at rehearsal next week.
Because you don't play. This brother is very classy. So you need to understand who we have on the phone, brothers and sisters. Yes, you are listening live to the tour. And of course, my special guest is Charles Thomas, saxophonist for The City, as well as Soul Creatures. So let's talk a little about Soul Creatures. What all does Soul Creatures entail as far as your musical talents is concerned?
Okay, well, the Soul Creatures, my time with that band and performing with that act and those guys and those musicians was very, very enjoyable. I mean, there's so many different personalities. That band is so diverse. It's so diverse. I can't even explain all the, we had a guy from Argentina that plays bass. That's what we're talking about with how different that band is. And, I was very thankful and very, very honored when when they asked me to, sit in and play with them for a little bit, because we actually met at a kind of like a miniature size version of South by Southwest that happens in Houston every year called Springboard South. And what it is a kind of like a boot camp for independent artists, musicians, anybody that's looking to get into the music industry. What it is pretty much like you go to a couple seminars during the week. You learn some things from people in the industry, producers, A&Rs, PR reps, how to display your music, what platforms you should put your music on, various different things, what type of deals to be looking for from labels. It's a very powerful vehicle to empower you as an independent artist.
Yes.
And during the week, you're going through seminars, and on the weekend of that event, they do the live performances. And the city has been, invited to do that. I want to say, I think 3 times we've done it.
Oh, wow.
But the first time we did it, I ran to, the Soul Creatures. They sat down and they watched our performance, and just they were impressed. And
wow.
At the time we were incorporating a lot of those elements that we cornerstones now, like the antics, the flips and the stunts and the transitions and everything. And so they at the time they needed another horn player, and they asked if I would like to play with them or whatever. I'm just like, I'm one of those people where I love music for the sake of music. So when other people ask me to come sit in, hey, come do this, hey, can you play this show and stuff like this, like I enjoy playing music with musicians. And they was like, hey, can you come whatever? Like, yeah, because you never know what you can learn
right
from playing with somebody else, or what you can take away from one group or something like that. So I'm just like a sponge or whatever. So I'm just trying to experience as much music as I can. So I was just like, yeah, just had the opportunity.
mm-hmm.
Did a couple rehearsals with them. Did the show. It was great. It wasn't like lights and name up on the building and stuff like that. It was at Avant Garden. It's pretty much like a big 2-story house that's kind of been re-renovated. That's not even a word. But
that's okay. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Into a live music venue, and we were upstairs, wooden floor, and everything. But the vibe was just so, electric.
Love it.
I was just like, wow, this was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. And they were just like, hey, whenever you want to, whatever, you're more than welcome. The door's always open. And from there, I stayed with them for about, I think, 2 to 3 years playing shows with them. And with that band, I kind of took it upon myself to try to step into mentor position, because they were a younger band as far as the time that in a unit, a group. Like I was already with the city for a few years, so I already knew potholes and a couple of things and a couple of obstacles that they may run into as an up-and-coming independent band in Houston. So my time with the group, I was, kind of like a big brother in my own sense. I mean, that's the way I felt. I kind of just, kind of showed them like, hey, when this happens, you want to do this. We're dealing with members. You kind of want to approach it on this regard and stuff like that. And, when you're doing, live sound or live music, certain things may happen. Just be prepared for this and that and that. So it was a learning experience for myself to be kind of like in a mentor position, because in the city, like, we're all on equal ground. Like, we all listen to each other, and we all, take advice from each other, and everybody has a lot of equal say-so in what goes on. In that particular instance, with it being such a younger group, all those roles were not established and defined yet. So I was able to, kind of, help usher in, some of the things that they would need and stuff like that. But now that group, stands on its own, like, tenfold. Like, they've done some great things, and TV appearances, and some high profile shows, and I took my hat off to those guys. I mean, right now, just this past year, I've been reassessing my life.
Yes.
And one thing that I've realized with my time is that you can't serve two masters. Well, at least you can't serve two masters effectively.
You better say that.
The city has just been skyrocketing as far as bookings and events and things like that. And I already saw it as probably being a hindrance on, what I can perform with the Soul Creatures. So right now I'm in a transitioning period from stepping back as a core member of Soul Creatures, and letting them flourish. Kind of like when you have a baby bird in your hands, and you have to kind of just like let it take flight on its own.
Yes.
You kind of just take and release. So that's kind of the position that I'm in right now. I mean, I'm definitely not done with those relationships and friendships with that group, but as far as being, a core member, always there, always on the forefront, kind of stepping back and letting them go ahead and take, my time that I spent kind of sharing everything that I knew about band life and stuff like that.
Right.
And, letting it take fruition.
What's up? No, I get it. You're very wise. You're very articulate. And I think I can definitely tell that you're on the right track. And you have to reassess your life several times. Not just, and I think that's where a lot of people get discouraged, is because God's the master of reset. And he will, at any given time, if he chooses to completely reset your life, he will do so. And a lot of people struggle with having to reevaluate themselves. A lot of people struggle with even spending time by themselves. They constantly have to have people around them, cannot stand on company. But when you finally get to a point and mature to a point where you love your own company, and you also understand that at any given time you could go under the X-ray machine. At any given time, God can decide to multiply by subtraction in your life. And where in the beginning, all these losses look like a hit, but it's really multiplication, because you're going to get it back triple fold. You understand what I'm saying to you? So with that being said, and I'm glad that you can recognize that truth, because that's just what it is. Once you finally accept that he is in control, that he does have all power, and that at any given time he can orchestrate any given circumstances for your life, for your next whatever it is, he will do so. He will remove people from life before you have a chance to say, what happened to, before you know it, some situation has happened to where you're either falling out, falling in, falling over, falling down with somebody or somebodies. And then next thing you know, you're doing all right. You're growing in some areas. You're reflecting like, you know what? I don't miss that. I'm really glad that God made this situation end. Because sometimes we don't have the wisdom or the strength to walk away or to end something. But it is not for us always to have that, because he has to show his power. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because if we were able to do it on our own, who would he be? You understand what I'm saying to you? So there will be several periods in our lives where we will be weak. They're on purpose.
If anything, a great example and a recent example of that was Hurricane Harvey. There were a lot of people that were completely powerless to do anything about that, regardless of how much money you had, how much status you had, how much popularity you had, or whatever, where you lived, what type of car you drove, or whatever you thought that you had control over. Like, that humbled the entire city.
Yes.
That was definitely God speaking and saying, look, like, I have control over all of all.
Yes.
And I can take it away and do whatever I wish with it. So, just as a reality check, like, he is God, and he definitely has the final say so in every matter.
Yes. Glad that you said that, because just recently, I had been calling them natural disasters, and hear me on this. And I was watching a teaching with my husband with the brothers from IUIC, Israel United in Christ. And they're called, it's not a natural disaster. These are spiritual disasters, period, point blank. This is the work of the Most High God. He is doing it. These spiritual disasters. And the beautiful thing about a spiritual disaster, although when it hits, it is real, is the fact that there is an objective in the disaster. And that objective is to gain more than what was already there. What are you saying, Ayana? I'm saying this. A spiritual disaster will lead you to Christ quickly. A spiritual disaster will lead you to more effective prayer quickly. It will lead you to praise quickly, especially if through it all, you survived. You may have lost this and lost that, but you are still alive in the land of the living. A spiritual disaster serves several spiritual purposes, spiritual objectives, and we are better people as a result of spiritual disasters. Now, it can come as what we see with hurricanes and earthquakes and tornadoes and tempests that he allows the angels to stir up. We see them in several different situations where people can go from it. And then you also have internal spiritual disasters that take place, your own personal storms that manifest, that enable you to grow. So, we can look at it from, like, when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, and then I've been in a tornado. I've been in a strong hailstorm, and I survived the 89 earthquake in California. That was no joke. And look, it was,
by the grace of God to be brought through, disasters of that magnitude.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, no matter where you go, there God is. You can't escape him. You cannot. It doesn't matter. Some people say, "Oh, I can't deal with an earthquake, so I'm just gonna move to such and such." Look, there he is too, because he's everywhere. You cannot escape a spiritual disaster. If you're in Tokyo, and if the earthquakes, you could be in a tsunami. You understand what I'm saying to you? At any given time. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You can go to the North Pole. Like that.
Yes. An avalanche. Here you are in an avalanche at the North Pole.
He will get his point across.
Yes. And he does it well. But look, I thank God for his points that he gets across, because at least I know that you're still dealing with me and you haven't left me to myself. You understand what I'm saying to you? All praises for the fact that he's still thinking about me, even in a spiritual disaster, because I appreciate the chastisement, and I appreciate the fact that I can even have this type of conversation, my brother. It just does my heart well to have a range of conversations with you on the Sister Speak Show. Brothers and sisters, if you are now tuning in live, you are listening to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. Spiritual inspiration shared through the arts, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. My special guest is Mr. Grey Poupon. No, I'm just playing. My special guest is Charles Thomas, saxophonist for the city, as well as Soul Creatures. My brothers and sisters, this brother is humble and wise, and he is serious about his gift. And I know that you have been enjoying this conversation so far, and so have I. I'm so grateful that you all are able to listen to the Sister Speak Show. Contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. So, my brother, one thing I wanted to ask you is, who are some of your musical influences?
Well, I'll say this much. Everybody within this group is approaching music from their own particular angle.
Okay.
And, very creatively, everybody has their own, their own taste and everything. I'll say, as far as my instrumental inspirations,
yes,
very, very early on, I was super impressed by a phenomenal world-class saxophonist, Mike Phillips. I don't know if you're familiar with the name, but he is what I believe may be one of the highest paid saxophones, or one of the more popular saxophonists in the world right now. I mean, to speak on his level of musicianship, he is signed to not just a regular record label. He is signed to Michael Jordan as a saxophone player.
Okay.
He is sponsored by Michael Jordan. Like, he performs in the newest Jordan shoes and Jordan suits and all that.
Wow.
Like, he is definitely world-class, bar none.
Okay, you talk about an endorsement. Okay, now that is...
Yeah, like That is the endorsement. He
Yeah.
adorned.
Yeah. Oh no, these are just what are those? Oh, the J's that come out in 2038. Oh, okay. Okay, you just salted all on my parade. Okay.
Like he is one of the pinnacles of modern, saxophone today. I mean, at least from my perspective.
Yes.
But I also was very influenced by the style and the approach of another saxophonist, Donald Hay, because he approaches saxophone. He doesn't try to play a lot of notes, but what he does choose to play is the right thing at the right moment. He goes for style over trying to impress you and wow you with his knowledge. And he does have a lot of, musical and harmonic knowledge, but he approaches music on a more simplified level to get something out of the audience. And that is something that I really appreciate from a musician or an artist or, anybody that performs. And that's something that the city kind of has as a pinnacle of what we do, is when somebody is performing for someone and not necessarily trying to impress them with their know-how of their craft, but using their craft to elicit a response from that person, to get them to experience something. And that is something that you don't really see, at least around Houston, with a lot of other musicians and a lot of acts. A lot of people, or a lot of musicians, to weigh the technical aspect of music more than the emotional aspect of music, and a lot of times that's lost behind the licks and the transition, and we can play this in 5/4 and flip it into a 13/8 time signature and stuff like that. So a lot of times people, they shoot for making a spectacle and an impression on people with, their knowledge of their craft, which you don't want to disregard that at all. I mean, you definitely want to be knowledgeable of what you're doing. But at the same time, why are you performing in front of people if not to give them an experience to take home?
That's right. No, that's right. No, I'm with you on that completely. An experience take home, and I say that all the time. Can you get on stage 10 years from now with particularly a song that you've written today? The songs or the acts, performances that have that leave you, like what you just said is well put, with the experience that you can take home to where you're just like, because let me tell you, Sir Charles, when I was looking at the Instagram post that I posted on my page of you playing the saxophone, I was like, see, this is what I love this saxophone. Like I said, it's my favorite instrument. It's something about the way the saxophone speaks to my ears to where I'm just like, yes. Did you say something? Yes. Oh, you wanted me to get you some chicken and waffles? Okay, no problem. Would you like Mrs. Butterworth, or are you trying to have Aunt Jemima? I'll go and make my own syrup for you if you want me to. I mean,
wow.
you... So much power.
I'm telling
you, you got somebody right now climbing up a tree about to disturb a bee's nest trying to get some honey. Okay?
Get the tree. Get out the tree. You don't need to be up there. Come on down.
Ooh, some people said ain't nothing wrong with hugging a tree. But seriously, I think the saxophone is a key instrument in music, and it's so much a key instrument that even with spoken word performances, you often will see maybe the bongos, maybe a piano, maybe a keyboard. Definitely the saxophone player is going to be in the house. So what I wanted to ask you was, why do you think the saxophone is such a heavy influence as far as musical instruments are concerned at certain performances?
Well, I'll say what I've learned from one of my most influential band directors was my high school band director, Joseph Woodson. What he explained to me and what I've learned practical experiences is that the saxophone is a musical chameleon. It finds a way to fit into whatever situation you can put it in, whether that be in rock and roll, because saxophone was a very prominent instrument in, like late and early 80s rock and roll, with Bruce Springsteen and, acts of that nature.
Yeah.
Who else has a saxophone in their band? My boy, not Jack Johnson, but, man, his name escapes me right now. Dave Matthews, he had a saxophone player. I think he's passed away since a few years ago.
Yeah.
But he had a saxophone player in his band. And so, the saxophone has never really had a true identity as far as where it belongs and where it should go and where it shouldn't go. But it's always been widely accepted in all genres that have chosen to adopt it. I mean, orchestrally, it has a role in orchestra. It has a role in hip hop. There's no form of music that saxophone cannot really be injected into, and I take that as a blessing because as a musician, the more pieces you can fit into, the more work that you can get, the more chances you have to build your craft and build what you're doing. And so, to answer your question, I think that's kind of why saxophone can be put into so many different places. I mean, the natural timbre of it, it feels like the instrument version of a human voice.
It does. Oh, wow. Well, do you poetry?
I don't know. Articulation and all that, so I guess it just kind of natural.
It does.
I'm a little bit of a nerd.
No.
The comic books and
that doesn't make you a nerd.
So language, at least English.
Yeah.
is a little bit of a little pastime for me.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make you a nerd. That just makes you very diverse in your range of what you can take in. That's what I say. We don't ever have to limit ourselves by labeling ourselves as a nerd. We're highly intelligent beings. We are Homo sapiens, meaning thinking men, thinking women. And we just are able to take in more. And that's just what that is. A lot of people want to, label you a nerd if you do something that they don't do. No, that doesn't make me a square. That doesn't make me a nerd. That just makes me able. And so you can just run with that. Yeah. Oh, no. Look, the Sister Speak Show got you with the whiners. And if you look, I tell you right now, we don't take no mess over here on the Sister Speak Show. We are about encouragement. We are about upliftment. And we are about really just, serving our communities, our brothers and sisters. And that's why, like I said, I'm having such a great time, conversing with you on the show. So have you ever considered creating your own, not to put any vision between you and the brothers, because this is not what I'm saying, but have you ever considered creating a CD where you are playing the saxophone and, provide?
Well, yeah, I've had that vision. That is definitely something that I would definitely want to pursue. Maybe not necessarily at this time, because right now there's a lot on my plate.
Of course, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
People have come up to me all the time. I mean, from church, and from doing engagements and stuff like that. I'm like, do you have a CD? How can I hear you? You need to have a CD. And, a couple of my friends, even DeAndre, the Quick Sticks from the city.
Yeah.
Even he said, man, Charles, we need to work on your album, man. We need to get your album.
Hello.
You do these events or whatever, little gigs outside of the city, people, people love hearing you play. And I'm just like, wow, it kind of just floors you a little bit, just thinking that people, want to experience, your music. Yeah, so, I definitely do have a vision for that. As far as moving towards that, I don't know when the right time will be. I'm pretty sure it'll reveal itself
Yes.
But yeah, that's definitely something I do have on on the road.
Okay, well, I would hope so, because like the reason why I asked is because when I was in California, I was doing I was doing radio commercials, I was doing, voiceover works and stuff like that. Just kind of like preparing for my journey to where I am right now. And I got an opportunity to do a voiceover for Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou, and they recorded it. And it was a part of a women's conference, women's retreat, gift bag. And so every woman got a copy of that CD with my voice on it. I'm saying that because with your playing and everything with the saxophone, you creating that CD, now it's like, okay, not only that, but this CD in this package. And, now for couples who are going out for a romantic evening, whatever it is, we're going to include this CD, or for, let's just say, a couples retreat, right? Where they're having this big thing where all the couples come, and a part of the gift bag is this CD by this dope brother by the name of Charles Thomas, saxophonist, with the city, and, so on and so forth. But I just really see you being a part of several people listening pleasure, listening palette, and listening shuffle. So you get ready, because, it could be very well that I'm walking into the bathroom of a hotel and I can hear, or the lobby of a hotel, and they have that light music playing, but I can hear you. You understand what I'm saying to you? So your brand and your talent is bigger than what you have even walked into, and it will manifest. You will catch up to it in the flesh, because it's already happened in the spirit. God goes before you, and then he goes with you. And that's just how it is. So, consider that. Consider being the listening pleasure for us. I can hear you on, and look, I know some people are like, oh, she is gassing him. That's right, baby. We going 160 miles on this confidence and this encouragement. I pedal to the metal, you understand? Even though I'm short and I sit on a pillow, I got you. I used to. My car now has some buttons so I can rise up. But anyway, I can hear you on Sirius, on watercolors. You know what I mean? I can hear it because I love me some watercolors. And I love you. Like I said, you play some good jazz music, that saxophone. I'm there all night long. So I just want you to know that, and I want you to remember this conversation, that you are going to really be going some magnificent places, and you are going to be doing some magnificent recording, and several households internationally, nationally, and locally will know not only just about the city. Okay, no shade, no slight. I'm just speaking to you. They're going to know who you are with your tunes and with that gift on the saxophone. You better get ready for the weddings. You better get ready for the spoken word performances. You better get ready for that CD, those CDs. Like, you're going to grow. And you know why? Because you're not even looking for it on as far as to gain fame. You do it because you like to do it. Those are the type of people that God works with and can elevate. Because when you get to these places, you're not going to be, slutting yourself out. You know what I'm saying? And putting yourself in a position to where now you're arrogant and nobody can get near you because the fame has gotten to you. This is the one thing I have discovered. I was younger. I was like, oh, I want to be famous. I want to be famous. And then one day I was reading the Bible, and it was talking about, well, not one day, but one of the days I was reading the word, and it said that God's fame, his son's fame, is known all throughout the lands, all throughout generations. I could never be famous. There's no way. My father is famous. So I'm the daughter of a famous God, but I could never be famous. And I don't want to be. I just want to do what I do, be successful, definitely earn income that will sustain my end of the bargain in my marriage and with other people and being other people, no doubt. But I don't ever want to be famous, ever. How could I be? Because he is, right? There's nothing that I can ever do that will.
One thing I realized: if you chase fame, you'll be running forever.
You better say it. Yes. And I don't ever want to be that.
You'll never be satisfied.
You'll be satisfied. And that's why some people be like, oh, well, you need to get your Instagram followers up. I got 600 and something followers, and look, and that's just what it is. Either they gonna stay or they gonna go. But I am not paying. I'm not paying. 12. Yes. I mean, that's it. And you don't need, like I said, he multiplies by subtraction, and everything in my life goes organically. So I will be able, because when the big wigs or people who the Lord has assigned to my journey, they look on my page and they look at my following. They know if I got robots or not. They know if it's a real following, and it'll hurt those in the long run. Right now, people got that microwave fame. They got that microwave success because they have, forced it, false start, 5-yard penalty. But they manufactured it. Whereas me, I want to go organically. I remember listening, and we're going to switch the subject after this. I remember listening to Tony Evans, and he was testifying about how he was working, and everybody was, seeing when they were clocking out for time, they were adding more hours to their work shift than what was there, and he wouldn't do it. He just something in him just said, don't do it. And he was seeing how everybody was getting promotions and things were happening, and then one day they caught wind of it, and they looked at the timesheets and everything and the punch out, and they said, wait a minute, something's off, and they caught everybody that had been doing it, and he was the only one that didn't do it, and he got promoted. Where he had first been behind, now he had been put in that slingshot and propelled forward. So I know for me, I'm doing the right thing by organically waiting for everything to happen for me. I don't have to beat the system. I don't have to try to pay for nothing. Everything's gonna pop the way it's supposed to. Why? Because it's already been predestined. It's already done.
Like you say, you don't have to force it. It's already there. You just gotta,
up to it. Definitely. So what else is coming? Oh, go ahead if you want to add something.
Before we change topics real quick, I wanted to reiterate
please
something that was in my spirit. I know you mentioned you're doing solo projects, alongside doing the city stuff. One thing I wanted to mention is that with this group of guys, we are overly supportive of each other in all of our personal endeavors, like anything that anybody wants to do or whatever. We definitely support our brothers, and they want to go do a show here and perform with that person or whatever.
Yes.
Repost it, we share it and stuff like that. The primary keyboard player that we had, Big Keys, Mr. Jarrell Robinson.
Yes.
He just dropped his own album, his own jazz album.
Oh, wow.
The Robin Mignonette Trio.
Ooh.
Yeah, I definitely recommend going to check that out.
Oh,
definitely,
of course.
There's some real sweet stuff on there. You enjoy jazz.
Love it.
Bebop and all that.
Yes.
Check it out.
Oh, I will.
I wanted to say this. On stage, he's the coolest, most laid-back person in the band.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's doing a lot, but he is killing it back there on the keyboard, because he has all the licks and all the runs and all the substitutions on the keys. He doesn't show his skill a lot. He's real disciplined. He does what needs to be done when it needs to happen. But as far as his capabilities, outstanding. And so he has his own project, his own trio. I definitely once again, it's the Robin Trio. They just dropped an album, The Speakeasy 1941. Definitely go check it out, man. Because we definitely support our own, because we've adopted the mantra: if one wins, we all win.
Yes. Oh, that's why y'all are so dope. And that's why I rock with y'all real heavy. And that's why I support what you guys do, because I love it. I just love the humility, and I love the connection, and I love the support. And to me, I just have to say this, you all, to me, are extremely dope, individually and collectively. Some people would say, well, why don't you interview the entire band at once? Look, I need to be able to talk to every single MVP because all of you all MVPs, and everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own journey. And what better way for my listening audience to get to know the entire group than to have you all come on individually and to hear who you are. Nobody should outshine the other. And I see that doesn't happen. You mesh well. There is a spiritual harmony with you all that I definitely see. So everything that you're saying to me, I believe it because I hear it. And, look, check out my other brother's album. He's got this going on because I plan on, like I said, interviewing every single one of you all. I've done the Darrow. I've gotten Rashard. I've spoken to Alan. I'm speaking to you. I just gotta talk to the rest of the guys and see what's up. But that's that.
There's a wealth of wisdom and knowledge that comes from everybody. Just about everybody in this band is over the age, I want to say, of 25, 26. So, we've learned some things and we have our own ways of thinking and approaching things. So, I definitely do appreciate the approach that you're taking with these individual interviews as opposed to a group interview and able to really, learn, the people behind the instruments. So
yes.
I really take my hat off to you for doing the extra effort.
I appreciate you. Thank you. And also, I want to interview your manager. I want to interview Chelsea because I definitely have to have her on the show because what we do with the tour is we cover every aspect of the music industry. It's not so the publicists, sound engineers, managers, just anybody, that participates in the music industry. I don't overlook or underlook anybody, So she definitely would have to come on because I definitely want to get her aspect of this, of the industry and all of what goes into her job. Hats off her as well. I had the opportunity to.
I don't mean to interrupt you. But
No, that's okay.
I gotta give her props.
Please do.
Since she's been a part of the field,
yes,
the city, it's kicked into overdrive.
Good for her. Oh, wow.
She does the things that we say we're going to do, but never get around to doing it. Like she excels at accomplishing and finishing things and tasks and deadlines and
amazing.
Keeping us all on one accord and on track, making sure we're all right, man. You got 10 minutes before y'all got to get here to set up. Like where y'all at and stuff like that. Like she keeps all the ducks in a row. Like having her is very central, very integral, and it's the seventh minute.
Yeah.
on that team, on that squad, man. Like she holds her weight.
Yeah, and shout out. That's a beautiful compliment. And shout out because I had an opportunity to converse with her on a Saturday, and very professional, very down to earth. And I definitely see what you're saying. So I definitely got to get Sister Queen on the tour, and I'm sure we'll be able to make that happen. So far, most people have said yes. I've only had maybe one person be like, no, thank you. You do have a couple. Thank you. And that's what I said. I was like, oh, well, and not even hating. Look, who I'm supposed to interview, I shall. And who I'm not, he'll block. Period. Point blank. So, you get some people who they'll see that I have, sent them an invite and they don't even say anything. They see it and don't respond. Okay, no problem. Then you have the people who, you schedule and then the day of, hey, they can't do it. Okay, no problem. So you run into those things. But let me tell you about the people who have said yes. All praises to the Most High God and His Son, the Christ, for every single one of my special guests. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. I don't put too much on it. I mean that when I say that. So I'm very grateful that the Lord allowed me to meet you all and talk to you all and vibe with you all and share with you all on an international level, to the rest of the world. This podcast is syndicated. That means all over the world you can listen to the Sister Speak Show on Amazon Alexa. So, we're traveling internationally with these interviews. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what we're doing. So anyway, I want you to give everybody your Instagram information and how they can get in touch with you, because we're going to wrap this interview up so we can move forward. And of course, I'm going to want to have you back on the Sister Speak Show, but let's do things first and tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
All right. Well, you're looking to follow me on Instagram. Very simple, real easy. It's just CNote07. That's the letter C. NOTE07, and you'll have access to all my posts and everything. If you want to leave a comment on something, you hear something you like, you're definitely free to do that. You need to plug yourself into the city, you can definitely get there from there. I have many posts where I tag the band and all that stuff. The City We Party. On Facebook, just Charles Thomas. There's a bunch of Charles Thomases on Facebook. If you find one holding a saxophone, you're in the right place.
Or a bottle of Grey Poupon. Go ahead. Yes.
You're really trying to make that
No, that's you. That's you. You are the one. And so...
Take it as a compliment.
Oh, it is. No, that is a compliment. That's just my way of saying that you're very...
I get it.
You got it.
I'm with you.
Grey Poupon is very dignified. So anyways, so they can get in touch with you through Instagram, can get in touch with you on Facebook. Don't forget, he said he's the guy holding the saxophone. And of course, you obviously don't know who that is. You click on there. And I really want you all to support this group, and I want you to support this brother. I want you to check them out on Instagram. I want you to check out their performances on YouTube. And guess what? Why don't you book a trip and come out to Houston for the weekend? Catch them live like I plan on doing. I'm going down to Houston. It's already happening this summer. I'm coming down because, I heard there was a fried chicken festival. I just want to check it out for investigative journalistic purposes.
Yes.
Psych.
I mean, me and Quick Sticks made it down to the last fried chicken festival.
I'm coming.
And it's a good reason to come visit.
Oh, yes.
Besides seeing the city show.
Yes.
That is also another.
Well, I plan to see
reason.
The thing is, I'm going to do a live podcast down there. I'm going to take the show on the road. I'm coming down to Houston, show some love, meet up with all of the Sister Speaks, special guests that have been on the show. So I just really want to, see you guys and vibe out and, just get an opportunity. I've been to Houston a couple of times, but just really get an opportunity to see what's popping in the summer, see what's popping at one of y'all shows, just catch the whole vibe and do whatever I need to do down there as far as networking is concerned. I'm trying to be one of the best podcasts to ever touch the podcasting game. Not the best, but one of the best, because I know God has given the gift to several. So I just want to expand the brand and things like that. So I'll be in Houston, my brother.
Oh yeah, well, we're ready for you. Whenever you make it, let us know. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you.
I appreciate that, and I know you guys are going to be coming to Dallas. I was supposed to see you guys for an event that you guys did out here, but I didn't get a chance to make it. Will you guys be coming to Dallas in the quick future, or?
There's some possibilities.
Okay.
I know there have been, several comments left on the fan page. When are you guys coming to Dallas? We need y'all in Dallas. We want y'all to do a show in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, we're pushing our calendars out every month. February, we don't have any Dallas dates, but that March calendar has not been made yet.
Okay.
There's always alterations coming up, so you never know when a Dallas date may pop up on it. The only way I can tell you is to, you definitely want to be locked into that city Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That is the first and primary source of knowing our booking dates and everything. That's where we put it, and then we shoot it over to the Facebook, the City We Party over there on Facebook. So
Mm-hmm.
you lock yourself into those outlets, you'll know what's coming up. But also, y'all, you want us down in Dallas that bad? you can, call that number and arrange a booking or
I know.
talk to, a venue and, express how badly you want the city down there and tell them, hey, y'all need to get the city down in this joint. Like, they cooking up in Houston. We want them down here.
Okay.
We're no stranger to Dallas.
Oh, I know. And like I said, I have been talking to Chelsea about something. I can't say it on the air because it's still works, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll be connecting if everything goes according to the way we're hoping it goes, Got something that we want to do. And, good, Yana, shut your mouth because you're going to spill it all. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, Ayana. But anyway, no, it's all good. So any shout outs that you want to send before we, I don't want to get off the phone, but we gotta move forward for the sake of the show. Any shout outs that you want to send, any words of wisdoms that you would like to, wisdoms, I guess it would be more than one, but any words of wisdom that you would like to share with any, brothers and sisters who are interested in pursuing the music industry as far as, playing an instrument, anybody who's interested in playing the saxophone, just anything that you want to leave the listening audience with today.
Okay. I mean, as far as shout outs, I'm afraid I may leave somebody out. I guess I can just hit a few that come to the top of my mind, definitely all the rest of my brothers in the band, the city, you got Daryl, Rashard, Big Keys, Quick Sticks, AG, G, and our brother that's all the way in Washington finishing up his masters, King Rich on trombone, and definitely the Soul Creatures, man. Definitely want to shout them out, man. Definitely follow them. You can get in contact with them. The Soul Creatures, you type that in anywhere, like they'll pop up, man. Like awesome group of guys. Very loving, personalities. Definitely check them out. Real good funk music. As far as any other music shout outs, those are the two big ones in my life right now. I mean, there's a bunch of musicians around town, Houston musicians. I'm shouting you guys out as a big group. There's a lot of you, and we don't have a lot of time to go down the list, but Houston musicians, keep doing what you're doing. We have some of the best talent in the world around here. We have a lot of guys that are thriving out here. So definitely support. Go out when people are posting up their promos and stuff on Facebook and Instagram. Definitely put forth the extra effort. And go check out your local musicians, man. Like they need your support. And to some degree they do deserve it. I mean it's at oftentimes a thankless job. So that's why. I appreciate you, putting forth a platform for us to get some recognition. And as far as words of wisdom, for anybody that's looking to pursue music, pursue an instrument, get into the industry or whatever, what I definitely say is patience is definitely a virtue in this field. Whether it's from learning how to play your instrument or to getting your name out there and, starting to build your brand, you're going to need a lot of patience. Definitely don't be discouraged the long it takes. Definitely have consistent perseverance through it all, because nothing in this field happens overnight. Right. Everything, from the outside looking in, it may seem like that, like, oh, where did this guy come from? Where did this group come from? They just popped onto the scene like that. Unless it's manufactured, it's not like that. And ones that are manufactured, they shine bright, but they fizzle fast. So definitely stay with it. The city, it's a work in progress with at least 10 years worth of work on the front end, and we're just starting to get some real tangible harvest from all that work that's been sown into it. So once again, definitely, if this is what you really want, definitely sow into it and be patient. It'll pay off. I promise it'll pay off.
Well said, and I needed to hear that as well. So I thank you for those words of wisdom and in words of encouragement that you have shared. I really thank God for you. I'm really delighted. I have had a wonderful time conversing with you. This was everything that I expected it to be and more.
Likewise.
Likewise.
It really.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me, and I want you to know that you definitely Sister Speak Show family. Once you're Sister Speak Show family, you're always Sister Speak Show family. And I would like for you to come back on the show again. I just want you to know that this isn't the last time that you're going to be on the Sister Speak Show. You do know that, right?
I know that now.
Well, would you want to come back on the show?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, this has been, a great experience. I definitely, definitely one of the best interviews I've ever had. I mean, there hasn't been that many. So, I mean, but like I'm saying, it's definitely one of the best.
I appreciate you. You are so humble. I appreciate you. And you're funny, too. I really appreciate you. And like I said, I want you to please keep doing what you're doing. I look forward, and we actually look forward to all that is to come from Charles Thomas. And you are, oh my goodness, you are a wonder. You really are. You are a wonder as far as just everything that we talked about. And I appreciate the good interview, good conversation, dynamic conversation, good in range. And you all do something that I love. And that's, look, y'all put out really great music. So I expect the city to be around for a long, long time. And it's only a matter of time before I'm going to turn on the TV. I'm going to be like, well, would you look at here? They got Charles. Look, they got Charles playing the saxophone for a Grey Poupon commercial. Now, this is prophetic. This is something right here.
If that comes to fruition, if that happens on the day of the taping of that commercial, I'm going to call you and I'm going to be like, you know what? You spoke this into existence. I'm kind of low-key salty. Very specifically. I'm thankful. I'm still salty because people going to call me
Oh, gosh. Oh, I love the fact that you accept my humor. This has been a wonderful, wonderful time. But no, all jokes aside, I do expect to see you all doing big things. I think you're doing big things now. And that's just my opinion. No, it's not my opinion. Those are facts. I feel like you're doing big things already. So I can only imagine where you all are going to go and where you're going to grow and how you're going to glow. So, just please keep doing the work. Thank you. And like I said, once again, I'm very honored that you said yes to coming on this show. And I'm very honored.
I'm very honored that you want to have us on your platform. Once again, I can't stress the service that you're doing for independent art, musicians, poets, anybody that's doing anything on their own. Like exposure, is definitely a part of that, and you provide that. So once again, my hat's off to you.
Thank you so much, and I thank God for that. I thank you so much. So this is definitely not goodbye. This will be, I'll talk to you. And what I will be doing is sending you a copy of the show, and you can do whatever you need to do with that. Post it, do whatever you need to do. And the thing about it is, this show will always be on demand. So not only will you have your live listeners, but you have people who will be listening to the show, over and over again. And I'm going to post the link in my bio so folks will be able to click on the link and listen to it. So, you'll see some promotion of this interview. And like I said, I just can't wait to hear the great feedback about tonight's interview. And one thing I am going to do when we get off the phone is I found Mike Phillips, and I'm going to play a little bit. Oh, yeah. I'm going to play a little bit of who you say, you not look up to, but who you are definitely influenced by and who you see doing big things. So my listening audience can see who Mike Phillips is too. And I also played in the beginning a clip of you playing the saxophone. So, I don't slide on here, honey. We come to serve the brothers and sisters. We take good care of you we take good care of you on the Sister Speak show. So with that being said, I'll send all that information to you. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this show up. This is not goodbye. This is just going to simply be, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you later.
All right, brother. Take care. Good evening.
All right.
Okay. Oh, brothers and sisters, let's give a round of applause for Charles Thomas. Well, let's go ahead and play a little bit of Mike Phillips, my brothers and sisters. I'm going to get ready to cue that up. You know what, brothers and sisters, you are listening live to Tour. I am your host, Ayana. We're getting ready to wrap this up. My special guest was Charles Thomas, saxophonist for the city, as well as Soul Creatures, my brothers and sisters. And I'm so excited. This is Mike Phillips, When It Comes to Loving Me. All right. Now what we want you to do is put yourself in the mood. Listen to these notes as they are beautifully expressed. Saxophone does something to me. What a nice night we've been having while you have been listening live to the Sister Speak Show, the tour on the Sister Speak Show. My brothers and sisters, where contemporary meets sound and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. My brothers and sisters, I want you to tune in for the rest of the week, live and on demand. My next guest on the Sister Speak Show will be Clue. That's right, Clue will be on the tour, my brothers and sisters. He is a recording artist out of Dallas, Texas, and he will be on the Sister Speak Show Saturday, February 10th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then after that, on the platform on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, my special guest will be Damon Alvarez, creative writer, author, and speaker. And then after that, my brothers and sisters, on coming to the stage, my special guest will be Kiana Mullen, another Dallas, Texas creative artist. She is a spoken word artist, a poetess. She'll be live on my show. Oh, we have so many special guests. We have author Sai Assad. She will be on platform. Then we have Varus Bell on the tour. We have Jamichael Breckinridge on the platform. Who else do we have, my brothers and sisters? We got Jono Dafia Don. He'll be on the tour. Yeah, we have a dope lineup, my brothers and sisters, and I'm so excited about all of my special guests. We've got you covered for March, and we're going to have you covered for April. I thank you all for listening live to the Sister Speak Show. I also want you to understand that we are a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening nourishment. We don't go dumb. We go wisdom on the Sister Speak Show. So with that being said, I hope you have had a wonderful evening. I hope you will continue to listen to the Sister Speak Show. Spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. I am Ayana, your host, creator, and producer. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and you can also catch Coming to the Stage on demand. It was posted today, and you can also listen to the search effort tomorrow. And then, no, brothers and sisters, the Laugh Line is tomorrow. So listen live to the Laugh Line. The Laugh Line focuses on local, national, and international comedians, as well as the She Is Funny segment where I do my 10-minute sit-down comedy. It will be, it'll be definitely a joyous occasion. My brothers and sisters, you take care. I am signing off from the Sister Speak Show, recorded live and on demand in Dallas, Texas. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening.